Happy greetings, everyone. I'm Crystal Forman, the owner and educator of Holistic Wellness and Health, where we make healthy living easy, nutritious, delicious, and fun. Today, we're making pan-fried acorn squash and savory grits. We already have the water going for our grits, and we've got them started just for time's sake, but I will start adding the ingredients for that in a moment. Right here, we have our beautiful acorn squash from Moon Valley Farm, and we have this one I've already started cutting on. So this one was actually green. I got this in my produce box or CSA share over a month ago, almost 2 months ago. So it started off looking like this. Now it looks like this. So don't be alarmed if your squash changes color. They're both acorn squash. And don't be afraid to use or cut into them. So they can be a little force to your. I've cut this out. I want to actually take the smaller one here and cut this as well. And I'm sorry the camera angle is not too great here for this part, but you just scoop out these seeds. You can roast these seeds or use them for your smoothies. They're very high in zinc, so use them for whatever you want to really, but they're great for roasting, just like pumpkin seeds. If you're here live, definitely say hi to me. I'm broadcasting on several different channels today. And if you're watching the replay, say hi as well. So I'm just taking the seeds out of here. And I've learned that it's easier to peel your acorn squash when you slice it into these little grooves here. Slice between the grooves and then peel. So I'm going to take this one. I've already started peeling it. I'm going to slice it right here in the middle here. And then we're going to take our veggie peeler and just finish taking off the skin. Now, because I know this is organically grown acorn squash, I could leave the skin on. The skin is edible. I have found that sometimes it's a little firm, like with chewing. My parents have had it like with the skin a couple of different ways with the roasted. I've done roasted acorn squash on the YouTube channel, as well as like a different type of bake, like in the rings. And when I left the skin on one of those times, it was a little tough. So since I'm frying this, I've decided to just go in and take the skin off. You can use the skin, though, for other things. It makes a beautiful veggie soup broth. So we have our acorn squash. I'm not worried about making it perfectly peeled for this. And we're just going to cut it into about ½ inch, quarter inch pieces, so that it doesn't take too long in our pan to fry up. So I'm just going to cut the rest of this here. Our acorn squash is very high in vitamin A, beta carotene, which you can see from this color here. It says, Auntie Safer Marla says, thank you. I didn't know how to cook them. I composted them. Oh, yes. So a lot of people have gotten them, that, with good intentions, either from, the market or their CSA shares. And they're like, I don't know what to do with this. Because it's not something that a lot of us grew up eating. So I don't want us to be intimidated eating the winter squash. They all pretty much taste about the same. Some are a little sweeter than others. You have the butternut squash and some of the other pumpkins out there as well. Like I think the acorn squash, even though that skin is like actually pretty thin, they get slippery. Like my hands are actually vitamin A treatment, but you definitely want to be careful when cutting them. So once again, I'm cutting in the groove here, and I do have to use a little force as I'm doing. And then we're just taking our veggie peeler. Once again, you don't have to peel it if you don't want to. I'm just going to peel a few more of these, and then we'll chop this up, and then I'll show you our coating we're using for this squash recipe. So I've posted the recipe, and you should be able to see it on the Holistic Wellness and Health Facebook page and YouTube channel, as well as on the Black Veg Society's page. It doesn't let me put links to the comment section because I'm streaming using StreamYard, so it doesn't let me do it from the platform that I'm in, but I can go back later on. But anyway, the recipe is on the website at holistic-wellnessandhealth.com/blog. Look for pan-fried acorn squash. So in our container here, I've put in 1/4 cup of our cornstarch, 1/4 cup of our nutritional yeast. I'm then going to add in our other seasonings. So in here, I have 1/4 cup, 1/4 teaspoon of red pepper flakes, 1/4 teaspoon of black pepper, 1 teaspoon of onion powder, 1 teaspoon of garlic powder, 1 teaspoon of pink Himalayan salt, and a teaspoon of Italian seasoning. So I'm going to put all of this in here. Just mix it all together, and we're going to put our acorn squash, our cube acorn squash, right in our bowl. And we're going to add some oil to our pan. Just one moment. So let's get this going. I'm using grapeseed oil. We'll put in about, just really enough to coat the pan. Excuse me. The pepper got me. Black pepper. All right, so trying to get it just to fully cover the pan and have a little extra too in our frying pan. I have the heat on high. I'm going to turn it down to medium now. Excuse me, guys. All right, there we go. I was about to sneeze again. Yeah, that's what I get for like shaking up my pepper beforehand, but it's all good. So got this nice and coated. I'm gonna let this sit while this oil gets hot. Excuse me, y'all. This is unusual. I should not be shaking that again after saying that. Okay, so we're gonna put in our nutritional yeast. My goodness, this is the first. Black pepper, thyme, Italian seasoning, and we have onion powder, garlic powder here as well to make our grits nice and savory. And I started off the water with some salt in it. Okay, all right, there we go. And let me show you all this. So it's been cooking for about 10 minutes. Actually, almost 15 minutes at this point. So you can kind of see we have a lot of nice herbs and seasoning in here. It's going to be nice and savory. This is a great meal by itself. For those who don't know, this is National Hot Breakfast Month. So throughout this month, I will be showcasing different hot breakfast recipes and doing like different twists. I'm not going to do the same old necessarily. I might add some waffles in. But just like taking recipes, like most people wouldn't think to eat acorn squash for breakfast. Most people wouldn't think to serve it with grits, but I've done it and it's delicious. So I encourage you all to try it too. And if you do, just let me know that you've tried it. It is absolutely delicious. And I was like, I have to share this with everyone. And it's like, this is a great evening dish. I like to eat breakfast for breakfast, lunch, and dinner, breakfast food. I eat it whenever I want. And this is just like really savory and just satisfying. So we have our acorn squash here. So some of y'all who've been watching for a while, for the past few years, I've been filming out of my family's kitchen. This is the first time I'm filming out of this kitchen. So I'm going to be testing different setups and we'll see what works. And if y'all have any comments, y'all can DM me and let me know as well as I continue to play around. But this is our test kitchen. So this is my first time filming our live or any video here. So definitely let me know what I can do to make the viewing. I can already tell that I need to change some camera things here, but definitely let me know what you all are thinking. I'm just putting this right in. Actually, move this out the way. Put it right in our hot oil. And definitely feel free to share this video with others. Appreciate that. I see some more comments coming in. Breakfast for dinner is the best. I agree totally. And so it's oh, nice. I'm tired of oatmeal. So I eat breakfast for oatmeal for breakfast very regularly. It's like all year long. I love oatmeal. And I do have to switch it up every time I make it. I'll put some different nuts and different fruit in it. But yeah, this is a nice change to the oatmeal for sure. And still getting like that hot breakfast grain in. Hi, Adrian. Happy Friday. It is a cold, cold Friday. I went outside for a few minutes and I came back in. It's very cold here. Let's see. And I saw, oh, yeah, I totally agree with you all. So this is just going to get nice and golden. And let me turn this actually back on. There we go. And so I have enough here to do a few more. And our grits are pretty much done. So I'm going to serve this on top of our grits. So with this, you just want to turn it every few minutes just so it's not burning. Because it's a squash, it does take sometimes a little longer to cook. This won't take as long as if it were in the oven, though. So that's kind of one of the cool things about this. Yeah, definitely share the recipe with your family and friends. This is a really cool recipe to try. And you can actually eat, even if you don't want to make the grits, if you're not a fan of savory grits, because I know that's a thing, you can eat this acorn squash by itself like an appetizer. I mean, it is super yummy, delicious, good. Yes. So, I need some more. Does anyone have any questions about anything? So I mentioned it was National Hot Breakfast Month. I am all over the place today, but it's all good. Crystal, I love grits. Nice change. Yes, thank you, Cousin Eliza. Yeah, instead of just doing like a savory grits or sweet grits, which I grew up on both, and I love them both, this is just like a fun twist and adding more texture to it and making it more filling. Some people put, other things on their grits. I like to add like vegan cheese. You have, now they have vegan shrimp out there, and you can put vegan bacon on there. You can really do a lot of different things, but I haven't seen anyone else do this. And I have so much squash. And I was like, let me just try different things. I'm going to put a list of the recipes I plan on doing this month for National Hot Breakfast Month. And I brought up one of the recipes to my partner. He was like, okay, that's interesting. I'm going to leave it as a surprise. I'll be doing that in a couple of weeks. But it includes having cabbage for breakfast because it'll also be National Cabbage Day. So I'm buying the two together and we're going to have some yumminess. Yes. So this is getting nice and golden. Let me see if y'all can see this. I'm going to bring this over to you all. Yeah, so a lot of vitamins here. It's not one of my normal super healthier dishes like we did last week, but it's still healthier than most other dishes. It's a great fun dish to do. It's absolutely, it's super good. So I would love for you all to try this and let me know how you feel. So you want to cook this until it's fork tender. Let's see if I can let you all see this nice golden piece here. I think you all can see that. Yes, awesome. Does anyone have any questions? And I'm going to actually plate this up or fold this up right now. And let's see here. There we go. So we're putting our savory grits in our bowl here. And this is just about there. So it takes really about 15 minutes or so for it to really get fork tender. I don't mind it having a little bit of crunch for myself. Others might mind a little bit, so you can let it cook a little longer. But for time's sake, I'm going to go on and plate this for you all. And here we go. So this is our pan-fried acorn squash with savory grits. The savory grits recipe will be on the website soon. And I did put the acorn squash recipe on the website really quickly, just so I could get up there before we went live today. But I will be going back and making it prettier and doing all of the other things. But you have the ingredients there and the directions. And once again, the savory grits are pretty easy as well. I will say this about grits. There are different types of grits out there. I used old-fashioned grits today, so it takes a little longer. Wasn't necessarily the best thing to do for a live video, but that's what I had on hand. And then you have the quick grits. You have the instant grits, and then you have hominy. I like the old-fashioned grits, but it does take longer. It's more shelf-stable. You also have stone ground grits. Those are not as shelf stable. It's a little harder to find, but those are the least processed. Most people buy either instant grits or they buy quick grits. I do love the quick grits as well. They take about 5 to 10 minutes to cook, and they still have like a nice texture. The instant grits, they lose a lot of their texture. So unless you're really in like a super hurry, you just need something you can put some hot water in. The other ones are definitely better to go with. Make sure if you do like these videos that you give it a thumbs up or a heart, and definitely say something in the comment section as well. It helps more people see these videos, and I don't have to write paper ads and all of that other stuff for people to see this beautiful, awesome free content. So just share it out, give some hearts and loves, and yeah, and just say hi as well. I appreciate it. Thank you all. Have a great and safe weekend. Stay warm as much as you can, and I will see you all next time. Peace and blessings, everyone. Take care. Whole wheat couscous. Okay, so Miss Adrian's asking, could I use whole wheat couscous? Yes, you can use whole wheat couscous in place of the grits and still serve it with the acorn squash. I have not tried it like that. I actually just like made this recipe up this past week, so it's been just really good. So definitely give it a try. Let us know how it goes for you. But I think that would be a great substitution. And oh, I didn't mention this. This dish, turn this, also would go well with pasta. So yeah, so I'm going to just turn this down a little bit, make sure it's really tender for everyone else who will be eating, and just put the lid on. But yeah, it's done. So yeah, just play with the recipe. Let me know what you all think as well. And peace and blessings. Take care.